If you feel like God is calling you to something big, but your first thought is, I'm not ready or I'm not qualified, let me tell you, you are not alone on these thoughts. Let me remind you through this video that God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. And if he is calling you to something, he is going to guide you through it. Let's get right into today's video. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Evie Faith. I am a full-time Christian business mentor, teaching other women how to grow in godly confidence and step into purpose. And today's video is aligning right with that message of how to be confident even when you don't feel ready. So sis, if you feel like you are being called to something bigger, but you do not feel ready, this is going to be the video for you, because I want to walk you through how to go from that not ready feeling to feeling confident in what God has called you to do. Let's get right into it. See, the world tells us to believe in ourselves, right? But as daughters of God, we are not called to believe in self. We are called to abide in him. There's a difference between self-confidence and God confidence, or as I like to call it, Godfidence. Self-confidence says, I can do this because I'm prepared. But Godfidence says, I can do this because he said go. Stop waiting until you feel ready. Feelings follow faith, and obedience comes before confidence. I want to point you to a couple examples in the Bible. Firstly, in Jeremiah chapter 1, verses 6 through 8. When God called Jeremiah, he said, I'm too young. I don't know how to speak. Pick someone else to do it. God said, you are not too young. I will be with you. And that same God is in you. Another example, which I just finished reading this morning, was in Exodus chapter 4, where God is calling Moses and he says, look, I can't speak eloquently. I don't know if this is for me. And God says the same thing. He says, I am in you. I am the one who created you to be able to speak in general. So if I am calling you to do something, know that I am going to walk you through it. When you honestly think about it, God is always calling people that don't feel qualified. I feel like there's a sense of humility that comes with God pulling certain people to higher positions or to do bigger things, because there's that sense of humility that it's not in me. So when we say God, I'm not qualified, I don't have the right background for this, then God can now look at us and say, good, now I can get the glory through you. Feeling unqualified isn't disobedience, but staying stuck in fear is. And I want to dive a little bit deeper into that fear, because it tends to stem from a sense of insecurity. Sometimes the reason we can't confidently walk in what God is calling us to do is because of our wounds. Maybe somebody has rejected you before. Maybe you felt like a failure before. I feel like we've all had those sense of failures, of feeling not qualified, feeling not good enough, feeling that rejection. And sometimes that'll keep us so stuck and so afraid to move forward because we are afraid of opening those wounds. But let me remind you that our confidence cannot grow when we are secretly in agreement with the enemy. He's playing tricks on you by having you feel like you are not good enough, by having you feeling like you are not qualified, by having you feel like you cannot take action because you are not ready. Those are tricks of the enemy. And I want to help you work through those exact thoughts today so that we can start taking steps of action and obedience. If you've ever had these thoughts of feeling like you're not good enough, I want you to take a quick moment and just think about where and when did that thought begin? When did you start feeling like you weren't enough? What took place that made you start to believe this? For me personally, the way that I was raised, I was made to feel so small. I was made to feel like I wasn't good enough. I was made to be in comparison and to compete with my sisters. I was just put in a mindset that I was just never going to be enough. I was just never going to be good enough. And I pretty much needed to just sit back, shut up, and keep it moving. Or in a place that I felt like I had to perform to get approval. So when I take a moment and look back at where did these thoughts begin, where did I start feeling like that I was not good enough, that's what I think back to. And once I realized that, I was able to begin to heal from that. I was able to begin to allow the Lord to work me through that and to understand that it doesn't matter who anyone says I am. It matters who God sees me as. It matters whose I am. And once I realized that, the game changed for me, okay? So really take a moment and dive deep on that, because that is going to be the area that you'll need to heal from in order to truly step into this confidence. Allow God to work you through what might have caused that, to work you through these wounds so that he can heal you from it and you can start taking real confident and bold steps of action. Confidence in God does not come before obedience. It comes through obedience. You don't need to have all the steps. You just need to take the action. Take the baby steps. God is saying, I don't need you to be perfect. I need you to say yes. So if there is something that you are feeling like God is trying to get you to say yes to, and you are sitting in delayed obedience, you are allowing your mind to trick you out of what God is calling you into. You are having those feelings of, I am not good enough. There's no way I can do this. I challenge you to let that insecurity become the place that God shows his faithfulness through you. You don't need to feel ready to be used by God, but you need to be willing. Your confidence doesn't come from credentials, it comes from Christ. So understand that he will qualify you through this process. Don't feel like you have to come fully prepared. Don't feel like you have to come perfect. You just have to be willing to step into what he is calling you to do. And if you are struggling to figure out what it is that he is calling you to do, I encourage you to check out my new workbook, From Stuck to Stepping into Your Calling. That was created specifically for the woman who wants more, wants to do more, wants to walk in purpose, is tired of the same cycles, but you just don't quite understand what it is that he is calling you to do or what steps he wants you to take. And I fully understand that because I have been there. And this workbook will help you get through that process to truly understand what it is that God is calling you to do and the steps that you can take. So go ahead and check that out. That will be linked in the description below. But sis, I truly hope this quick video has helped you understand whose you are and start to feel that Godfidence growing inside you. Allow him to work in you. Just start taking the steps. When I tell you the fact that I can even sit here today making this video is a true testament of God's work, because as someone who just a year ago, you would have never caught me speaking on camera. You would have never caught me having a podcast. You would have never caught me coaching or mentoring other women because I was so insecure in myself. I was so afraid to take steps. I was so shameful of past wounds. I was letting the enemy play so many tricks in my head to tell me that I was not good enough, to tell me that I had to perform a certain way or I had to show up a certain way in order to be obedient to God. And that is simply not the truth. So the fact that God has worked through me in this just by me taking small steps, and he has pruned me through the process, and he has grown me through the process, and he has given me a sense of Godfidence through the process, should be a testament to you of what God can do in your life if you just take the steps. You do not have to be qualified. God is not calling you because you were qualified. He is going to qualify you through the process. So I encourage you to take steps of actions today, whether it's grabbing the workbook so you can truly start to understand your purpose, or whether it's just taking a baby step in what he has already told you to do, that thing that you know he has already told you to do, that you are delaying in action. I encourage you to take some steps today. And if there's something that came to mind, drop it in the comments below. I want to help you work through this and encourage you to start taking steps. So let me know in the comments if there is something that you are feeling led to do, and let me know how I can help you on your journey. But that is all for today's video. I truly hope it helped you. If you have any questions, comments, anything, feel free to drop it below. And don't forget to check out all the resources that I have linked below. And if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. I appreciate you watching, and I can't wait to talk to you on the next video. So see you next week. Bye.